The New Jersey Governor Chris Christy shoots down the Jersey Shore tax credit for $420,000. The Jersey Shore cast makes $100,000 per person. That's $800,000, and he shoots it down because it's giving New Jersey a bad rep. He said, first thing New Jersey Governor Christy has done right, blocking tax credit for Jersey Shore, not holding out for a second.
MTV is asking the state of New Jersey to say, hey, why not give us a break? Why not cut us a break? A lot of production companies go out to these states and say, hey, well, you have this written in your legislature that gives us a tax cut, which who's footing the bill? That happens to be the taxpayers.
There's a comment here that from a Christie supporter. He says, this tells businesses that rules that were in place when they set up shop in New Jersey can't be trusted. While you may not like Jersey Shore, you need to honor the commitments that were made at the time they came here. You can't just pull the rug out from under them after the fact. If you want to pass a law that applies to future shows that stipulates the tax credit is only good for shows that shine a positive light on the state, then fine. Go ahead and make that change. At least production companies will know the rules.
Exactly.
But this is true because people aren't going to bring their productions to New Jersey if all of a sudden their tax credit, if it's going to get pulled.
That is the iHeart Music Festival. It took place in Las Vegas. 2 days of really just an amazing concert. Interesting about this is that iHeart Radio is clearly trying to become a player in the internet radio game right now. Obviously, we know Pandora, Slacker. There's all these different sorts, but iHeart Radio is definitely trying to be one of those. And that's what's interesting about this is that it's owned by Clear Channel Communications. Now, what's interesting about this was that it was streamed across not just the internet, but a lot of the different radio stations out there. Now, I know you had mentioned Kiss 108 here in Boston is one of the Clear Channel Communications signature stations here in Boston, one of the biggest Clear Channel stations here in the city. They also own other stations like Jam at 94.5 here in Boston, but they own several. It seems almost in every single state. To kind of put it loosely so you guys can have a better understanding, it was streamed basically across 237 million listeners. So basically that's how many people on just standard radio. They aren't too sure just yet about how the internet radio works. I mean, like we know here on The Pulse, it's kind of tough to determine exactly the amount of listeners and viewers at one specific given time. When you look at this, a lot of different storylines, obviously, different bands coming back together. Some bands actually broke up surrounding this. But surrounding Lady Gaga, there was a kind of a sad, somber moment when she took the stage. Apparently, one of her followers, one of her little monsters, actually had committed suicide, had passed away. He basically had tweeted to Lady Gaga saying that, it's not worth it anymore, so long, see you later. That was kind of his letter to say goodbye to the world. Lady Gaga really took this to heart and brought this with her up on stage. And what we would like to do is basically kind of show her performance. This was her dedication to one of her own little monsters that decided to take his own life. So without further ado, let's take it away. Let's take a look.
I wrote this record about how your identity is really all you've got when you're in school, It's called hair. So tonight, Jamie, I know you're up there looking at us, and you're not a victim. You're a lesson to all of us.
Definitely kind of a touching, sad moment up there for sure.
That is really sad.
Sure,
I mean, this is probably the third or fourth case of suicide I've heard over bullying.
Yeah, that's exactly it. The bullying is really what this song was all about. She had mentioned in the beginning, when you're a student, when you're in high school, your identity is all you have. So because of this instance, she is actually, Lady Gaga is going to be going directly to the White House and talk to President Barack Obama about bullying, trying to outlaw bullying, which, there are several different laws taking place, whether it's be on the local level, whether it be on the national level, but it's definitely something that needs to be done. I mean, it happens all over the place far too much.